Yo, this is Conan. You're listening to World of Wrestling podcast with Tax and Rich. Boom.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the World of Wrestling podcast. My name is Rich, and as always, I'm joined remotely, well, for now, with my good buddy Tax Williams.
I am a grumpy boy.
Yeah, you were just saying before we started recording. Cold burgers. It's never good.
Cold burgers. Shitty estate agents. It's almost like being gifted 10 grand by the government doesn't make me happy anymore.
Yeah, fucking A. The stamp duty. It's good that that's gone.
I'm really happy that I've essentially got all future holidays with the Harriet to go to Disney already paid for, saved away, if Mickey Mouse doesn't die of COVID.
Welcome to a wrestling podcast.
Well,
anyway, so go on. I was just going to say that I explained to you before we started recording that I have to be a little bit quiet today because my kid's finally in her own room sleeping, and I'm changing the doors, but I haven't got the new one on yet, so I don't dare wake her up. So you won't get me screaming on today's podcast, earphone listeners.
Changing doors is something sort of a lot of BritRest venues should consider when looking at the loo facilities. There's some of the grimier London venues.
Yeah. Well, I remember once taking a poop before a gig in a place in Peterborough, I think it was, where there was not only half the porcelain of the actual toilet. There was no toilet seat, no door on the toilet. It was amazing.
The New Cross Inn in London, obviously New Cross. I had a similar situation, although I think they were doing a refurb. We were headlining a show there, and it's a case of, where are the doors? So I took the entire band to a really fancy down restaurant, sat them down. They looked really out of place and uncomfortable with the cost of the menu. And by the time I'd come back from said facilities in the nice restaurant, my band had abandoned me.
Aww.
So like a good trooper, I sat down and I had my 33 quid pizza by myself, and it was a lovely evening.
33 quid. Holy shit. Was this the Ritz or something?
Only ruined by having to play a gig.
Well, yeah, in that way. I'll tell you what, the only time I've ever eaten pizza before a gig was one of the worst gigs I ever did in my life. Just because I felt so lethargic, I could barely move my arms.
I could never. It's similar to wrestling. I can never eat prior to sporting activity in any way, shape or form. But luckily I tried
a pizza and then going for a jog.
Oh, it'd be awful. The stitch would kick in straight away.
That'd be horrible.
But you know what isn't horrible? This show voted for by our fans on Twitter at World of Rest Pod. We gave you 4 options. You could have chosen the Great American Bash. You could have chosen Fighter Fest. You could have chosen GCW's Bloodsport. But what you chose was what Dave Meltzer voted Best Show of 1997 in Your House 16
nice.
Canadian Stampede.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's one of those ones that someone requested a very long time ago. I don't know who it was. It might have been Matt. Maybe?
I think we've had it requested a couple of times. So,
I know he loves this show at least.
And I understand why. 4-match card.
It's fucking amazing. Jesus Christ. This is pro wrestling at its very best.
There is nothing to not ruin, considering how much we enjoy doing AAA and tearing it to shreds. There's very little, if anything, bad about the show, but I will find bad Sasuke pronunciation.
There's a few bits here and there, but for 1997, I think this is one of my favorite years in wrestling. The more we podcast about it, the more that kind of desperate WWF trying to beat WCW thing it makes for good wrestling, you know.
This was the turning point, and we also have to consider this was just around the time we had the curtain call as well. So curtain call was earlier in 97. We're now on the 6th of July 1997 in Calgary, Alberta, Canada.
The Saddle Dome.
Because
what
of course,
name.
If we've got the Saddle Dome, we must all wear cowboy hats.
It's so good. It's this weird, what would you call it? It feels more like Texas than Calgary in terms of theming.
I feel that the venue just looked like a big event if you're watching PBR, which is obviously pro bull riding, if those who are not familiar with it, on the Extreme Sports channel, just with a wrestling ring in it.
Nice. So yeah, 6th of July 1997. I watched it on the network. Did you?
I watched it on the network too, yes.
Cool, but it was originally live on pay-per-view. The attendance, which is pretty big for 1997, I've got down as 12,151.
Agreed. Interestingly, the current capacity for this stadium, which is used for ice hockey, is 19,289. So if you're thinking you're taking away 7,000 seats for backstage and staging, I think that's a relatively decent sellout. I get the impression that this is one of those shows where they sold out really quickly and they could add more seats once they got their staging in, so they could have a few walk-ups. But it was certainly, I mean, it was a sellout and probably the hottest crowd reaction for a show. It's probably top 3, I'd say.
What, like of all time?
In WWF, WWE, for the duration of the show.
I don't know about that. There's definitely moments, but apart from like the main event, which is still very kind of house showy in terms of its 5-on-5 or whatever. I don't know. There's moments where it definitely felt a bit middle of the road almost, but in terms of crowd participation. But for the people they like, they are incredibly hot, and there are, some really fun moments on this show that the crowd really get into.
Apparently, the Team USA main event team was not the originally planned team for this show.
Right. Do you want to go into that now, or when we get to the match?
We'll do it now so I don't forget.
All right.
So the main event of this show is booked around Canada, the heels in the eyes of the American audience of Bret Hart, Jim Neidhart, British Bulldog, Owen Hart, and Brian Pillman, against, in America, the heroes of, for this show, Steve Austin, Ken Shamrock, Goldust, and the LOD. However, Canadian Stampede, through my research and semi-backed up by JR's comments on Grilling JR about Canadian Stampede, this show was actually booked and planned a year in advance.
Nice.
So the Hart Foundation was still going to be the 5 members we just mentioned, but the Americans were supposed to be Stone Cold, Shawn Michaels, Psycho Sid, and the LOD. So Goldust and Ken Shamrock were substituted in for HBK and Sid.
Yeah, sure. So,
now, do you want to do the Shawn Michaels glaring omission from the show now?
Yeah, why not? So it's kind of weird in the last show we did for 97 WWF, was the In Your House
DX.
DX would be the one.
Yeah.
And like Shawn is the main player in that show. And we also looked at another one. What was it? Like
WrestleMania 15. Was it 15?
I'm thinking of a different one. It was the one where Undertaker and Shawn are the In Your House stuff where they go through the set.
Oh, crikey. I can't remember. But it was definitely... Oh, which...
Is it Beware of Dog?
No, because we'd remember the Kennel in Hell match if we did that.
Of course, yeah. Oh, it's killing me not remembering what that's called. Anyway.
The
point being that the other In Your House pay-per-views we've done from 97, Shawn is the guy on the card. Like, he's putting on the best matches, the best moments. He's the superstar. And him not being on this show is a big surprise, especially as it's pre-Montreal Screwjob still.
So, here's where the scene is set. So, we've had WrestleMania 12, where we've had the big Iron Man match. And then all things start to turn a bit funky for Mr. Michaels.
I remember bits and bobs around this. I'm just going to let you read it out and explain what's happening. But I'm really interested to see whether my theories are right about remembering this bit correctly, because I did not watch this live as a kid. I came in kind of like February 98. This is about 6 months before my second set of fandom. So I've barely seen this. So
in May 1996, so we're shortly after HBK's won his first WWF title, we have the curtain call. And if you are listening to this podcast, you will definitely know what the curtain call is. But if for some reason you're a younger listener, if you're a younger listener,
to us?
Exactly, 2 old boys moaning about cold burgers.
We're nice sometimes.
but it's still old.
We have funny moments.
But the curtain call essentially was where, for the first time in public, kayfabe was broken, where you had Diesel, Triple H, HBK, Razor Ramon, Scott Hall. Breaking kayfabe as Scott Hall, Kevin Nash were on their way to WCW for big money contracts. So they had the heel and faces all celebrating with each other in the middle of the ring. This then led on to a little bit, Triple H got a lot of the flack for this because HBK was still the champion. And it was going well. He dropped the belt, but he re-won the belt from Sid in 1997. And then, at an episode of Raw, prior to WrestleMania 13, Shawn Michaels vacated the WWF Championship.
This is it.
He said to the fans that he'd got a knee injury, and in his speech, can you see where this is going? He contemplated his thoughts of retirement with this knee injury, and that he had to find his smile again, which he'd lost somewhere down the line.
It's one of the best bits ever, because Gorilla Monsoon's in the ring as well, isn't he?
He is. So, and that's who he gives the belt to. Well remembered from your knowledge. But behind the scenes, HBK does genuinely go and have a knee operation through Dr. James Andrews, who we always see in like the late 90s, early 2000s being the surgeon. I think Dr. Andrews is the one who fixed Triple H's quad as well when he did it. And the 73 times that Nash had put out his quad, I'm pretty sure James Andrews had fixed that for him as well. But a few months later, so this is sort of around WrestleMania time, so we're looking around March, April time. So he's out having this operation. When he returns, around May, he wins the tag belts with Steve Austin. But behind the scenes, things are bubbling and brewing. Around this time, Triple H, Shawn Michaels are trying to get DX formed in the background. And there's genuine, from both parties, as per their Rivalries DVD, which is a great watch on the network, HBK and Bret Hart do not like each other. This stems from the fact that Bret Hart thinks that Shawn Michaels faked the knee injury so he didn't have to return the favour at WrestleMania 13 after Bret dropped the belt to Shawn Michaels. And Shawn Michaels comment to Earl Hebner, "Get him out of my fucking ring," or something similar to that. And then there was an episode of Raw in May of 1997, where Shawn Michaels used his infamous Sunny Days promo.
Oh, yeah. The irony that it was actually the other way around, and it's documented quite heavily that it was the other way around and it wasn't Bret sleeping with Sunny, but Shawn sleeping with Sunny. Yeah,
so that basically HBK accused lovely, pure Bret Hart of boffing Tammy Sitch. And then
legitimately went on to like ruin his marriage and everything,
Yeah. And then HBK just took a leave of absence, only to return in July of 97 at SummerSlam, where he became the special guest referee for Taker versus Bret Hart.
So are we in the second absence? So not the knee injury, lost his smile, but the second one where he said the thing about Sonny and Bret and then just taking time off. So he's basically fucked off of his own accord right now.
Yeah, so he was injured and had an operation. How serious the operation was, who knows?
But that was a while back before this show, wasn't it?
Well, no, because that would have been March, April time. So we're looking about February time where he lost his smile, because that's why WrestleMania 13 was such a shit show, because they had to scramble their main and change it round, which is lucky they did, because we got Austin and Bret at WrestleMania 13.
Yeah.
It's almost like HBK knew. And then we're around May time where we have the Sunny Days promo.
Right, cool. So this show is 6th of July, so it's about a month after that. Commentary team for this evening are Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler, as you might expect. Nice to see Jerry Lawler joining us around 97. Was it 97, 96?
Yeah.
I mean, he's a bit of a fucking paedophile, but he's quite funny on commentary at times in 97.
His commentary fits 1997.
Yeah, sure. And they are joined by Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
What a maneuver!
Oh, it's unbelievable, Tax. Unbelievable!
I've been going back through watching Saturday Night's Main Event from 1988. I've started 1989 now, and I'm really enjoying Vince and Jesse Ventura on commentary.
Sorry
It's
if you
great.
heard that noise with it. My missus knocked over a djembe in my lounge, being nice and subtle for my podcast.
I also like the fact that you said, a djembe. Look how...
I'm a drummer, dude. Leave me alone. I know what the name of drums are. Anyway, sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just had to admonish my missus on the podcast.
You had to acknowledge a djembe.
Indeed.
Didn't he play for Manchester United? Eric Djembe.
Fuck's sake. I'm just going to
Sorry, I made you lost your Vince McMahon place. But yeah, Vince McMahon on commentary. It's quite nice to have him back with a cowboy hat on.
Yeah, so still yellow and blue, new era WWF logo. But we does feel like Attitude Era here in general.
We are on the cusp of it. This is the turning point into Attitude Era, isn't it?
We get a lovely opening video package, slow-mo shots in black and white. Kind of WWE's editing team going a bit avant-garde here. You know, it's not their usual, like, here's loads of effects and colours and quick cuts.
Well, it's the story. They can tell a decent story this time. Essentially, the beauty of the United States being the good guys and the evil Canadians. But, oh my, we have role reversal here as the villains return home to a hero's reception to give it the whole theatrical setting.
Let's just go over this intro, because there is a voiceover that comes through, and it's surprisingly cheesy for WWF. But he is talking utter bollocks again. Like, this has become a new gimmick for me. Actually analysing these opening video voiceovers, because we all think of them as like setting the scene, and they've got these big cinematic dramatics to them. The scripts, the words they're saying are utter bollocks. Right? Let's just start at the beginning. We no longer live in a world of black and white. Rather, the landscape has become a canvas of muted greys. I love his pronunciation. Where good is indistinguishable from evil, and renegades receive a hero's embrace. For nearly a decade, Bret the Hitman Hart was the most beloved superstar in the World Wrestling Federation. But when a stone-cold killer declared his intention to end Bret's legacy, the Hitman perceived the villain, the unrelenting antagonist, the fan favorite. These are just descriptions stuck together, essentially.
Yeah, Vince McMahon's Thesaurus.
It does feel like that. There's a couple of really nice bits of alliteration in there. There's one that I call, let me just skip through. I'm not going to read the whole thing, even though I did write it all down. This is a good line. The Hart Foundation, who launch a reign of mayhem and destruction tonight in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. The paradox continues. My phone timed awesomely there.
Yes.
They don't know what a paradox is, because that is not where that is meant to go in that sentence.
Paradox, a shit Kent band?
Well, that's well over my head. Is that a band I should know?
No, because they're shit.
Okay, good. So yeah, the point is that they're doing the whole, in America, Austin is good, Bret is bad. But we're in Canada, so Bret is good and Austin is bad. What will happen? Bizarro world.
It's a real shame, though, that the no one gave the boys a message for the main event of who to work face and who to work heel.
Yeah, sure. It's that is weird. So spooty pyro. The fans are hyped. It's 97, so we haven't quite got the budget for the big pyro, but the fans make up for the difference here. They are incredible the vast majority of the night, to the point where the hard cam is shaking. But I think that says almost more about the construction of the stadium than how rabid the fans are.
Very rickety. My notes on the pyro was, reminds me of terrible Village Fate fireworks where someone's got a budget, has maybe spent the extra £20 for the bonus pack.
Absolutely. It kind of puts AAA to shame still, but I know what you mean.
It's funny you mention TNA, because I know you didn't really follow the product in any great detail, but are you aware of a time when TNA created this whole thing of cross the line, where there were going to be no heels, no faces?
Yeah, I remember the idea and thinking how fucking dumb it was.
This promo, this opening monologue for this show, was essentially cribbed and used for this, where they're,
wow.
But there was no paradox, luckily. Just Dixie Carter announcing the biggest thing to happen in pro wrestling ever. You know, like the FTW title being brought back. Cheers, Tony Khan.
I thought that was really fun. Yeah. Kind of silly. Like, I didn't like it in ECW when I first saw it, but it makes sense with the current situation with Moxie out and everything. But anyway.
I saw something on Twitter earlier today that someone just suggested that Jonathan Roche has been doing it. He's going, fuck the revival.
Okay. Cool. All right, Vince, calm down.
Let's put him in a funny hat.
Speaking of Vince is on commentary. Yay, welcomes us to the show. Vince is the worst and the best of commentators. He's passionate, but my God, is he fucking hilariously bad and weird at times.
I've noticed through... Sorry, I was going to say, I've noticed through all the Saturday Night Main Event stuff I've watched, clearly I follow too much Vince McMahon style. I should probably learn some moves.
Okay. I don't know. I don't think you need to. I love the way Vince does commentary, man, and I love the way you do commentary. It's not the same, but you're much more literate, let's put it that way.
What a maneuver.
But you say that like once a match. Vince does it like 10 times a match while going unbelievable in between every time.
Some shows
goes, right in the kisser.
Oh, in the bread basket.
Vince has like 4 things he says, but I can do this. I can demonstrate this really well now because he doesn't want to shout down the microphone because I don't think they've got the level of like clever compressors and shit they do nowadays. Gotta remember, WWF were kind of struggling around 97.
They were on the verge of bankruptcy at the state of this show.
Before we go into that too much, Vince does this thing where, because he doesn't want to shout down the microphone, he goes, rah, 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 rah. It's like he's pretending to shout. It's so much fun.
Is that where the inspiration for the SmackDown theme came?
They just took Vince's commentary of 97 and just sped it up a little bit, you know. So they've all got giant oversized cowboy hats on. This is fucking great, man. Vince and JR put over an extraordinary Japanese match that's going to happen tonight. Triple H versus Mankind, which we'll obviously get to in their awesome storyline. And they rushed to put over the main events too because Triple H, in full posh twat mode, Tax's life coach, coming out.
I can finally buy that robe now. I don't have to pay stamp duty.
This is... it's so much fun, man. The opening match is Hunter Hearst Helmsley, still with his like epic orchestral music and
with the man beast.
robe.
Oh no, hang on, wait, Rhino wasn't there. He was with China.
With China, who looks, it's just awesome. Like just pre-DX China, but if you know DX China, it's basically the same character at this point. She's green, but she's really, really good. So Triple H, or Hunter Hearst Helmsley as we should call him here, versus Mankind, so Mick Foley. And just as Triple H is coming out, I immediately go, whoa, hold up a second. Because when I looked up this card, Cage Match had the first match is the Godwins against the New Blackjacks. And I got really excited. Then I realised, watching it on the network, that must be a fucking dark match because it's not here.
It was a dark match, yeah.
Oh, I got so disappointed. I was like, oh, because that would have been a lot of fun to podcast about. Can we just talk about the Godwins for like 10 minutes, maybe?
Don't go mess with a country boy, country boy, country boy. Don't go mess with a country boy, country boy. That was their theme song with Hillbilly Jim.
Did they use that music, or was that just Hillbilly Jim's music?
I think they've used it with Hillbilly Jim, yeah.
I remember them having like generic ding 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 sort of music
before they became Southern Justice. Crikey.
Sure. Do you think that Vince watched, what's that fucking movie? Deliverance. Oh, you don't watch movies?
Stupid thing to say.
Every time. So how do I describe Deliverance to you?
Whoa. I did watch a movie last week, actually. I watched Ocean's 8. Yep, be impressed. I watched a film.
I'm just letting that breathe for a second. Just hold on. Just let that breathe. Just shut up. And let's move on.
Who doesn't like a heist movie? Oh, it was mildly entertaining.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Is, what's his face still in it? Clooney.
Oh no, this was the all ladies cast.
Oh wow.
Rihanna was average in it.
Oh, I wish we had a video podcast still. This my reactions to are just so Doc Hendricks voicing over the video package is it's wrestling heaven for me. The video package is so good because the story here is so good. Do you want to describe like Mick Foley and Triple H coming together and how they're kind of relatively new to WWE, WWF? They've only been there a couple of years, and how their characters have developed. Maybe I think that's important.
I think this is the important thing to note, that after the curtain call, as we mentioned earlier, Triple H was pretty much thrown in the doghouse. He was going to win King of the Ring in '96, but because of the incident, he was blacklisted, blackballed, had to start from the bottom. He then started to have a bit more of an aggressive edge. So as you said, he comes out with this pompous, as Vince McMahon calls it, the aristocrat, Hunter Hearst Helmsley. But a month prior to this show, Hunter had won King of the Ring, beating Mankind in the finals. Mankind, who's obviously been having these crazy feuds with Taker and Vader.
Before we go on to Mankind, I've just had a realization that suddenly came to me. Do you remember when Harley Race won King of the Ring?
Was this the one that wasn't televised?
I don't know, but you must remember King Harley Race in WWE, WWF.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you not think there's a lot of similarities between him and Triple H here?
Well, that was the gimmick he was going for, wasn't it?
I mean, it really is. Like, I was just thinking about it. I don't know why I felt the need to suddenly be like, oh, but Harley Race did it once. But if you've ever seen that and you haven't seen Triple H King of the Ring, it feels similar. But like, let's just move on. Sorry, I'm just thinking out loud now.
No, that's right. I've got an interesting sidebar about Harley Race, if you're interested. So this goes back to Cult Cabanas, Art of Wrestling podcast episode. I think it was episode 100, where him and Punk were talking about one time when they went to Harley Race's house and they found like unbanked checks from years ago underneath his sofa of like more money they'd made in a lifetime before Punk became a huge superstar, and Cabana lost all his money in legal fees.
I think he's made it back on t-shirts, but yeah, fair point.
Should have been all right. Yeah. But yeah, Mankind's starting to show personality now. He's not just the lunatic who's sitting there on the side of the ring stabbing his leg at deadly games. He's got
like, the freak that's self-harming with the Undertaker as the good guy to this lovable kind of puppy-eyed maniac.
He's getting also starting to throw in a few more Cactus Jack tendencies into his moveset. So he's got he's reined in the lunatic element, but definitely still has those snippets in there. But this really is the evolution of these two characters to what they then had their most successful runs with in the Attitude Era.
Yeah, sure. And how do you think they got to the conclusion that Foley, he's a face from the character that was like a year ago? Because it just seems so unusual to look at Mick Foley before we know who he was and to think, 1997, that's going to be our face.
This came down to the stories backstage where Mick Foley said to HBK, when growing up, he always wanted to be a Shawn Michaels. And then showed him the video and said he jumped off his roof onto mattresses, again similar to the Jimmy Snuka sort of situation, because obviously Foley always goes on about seeing Snuka in the garden jumping off the cage. I think it was the garden when Snuka went off the cage, and Foley always really wanted to do that, but apparently backstage he always said, I always wanted to be Shawn Michaels. And around that time, that's when the started tweaking here, and then we got into Dude Love territory as well. So the fact that Foley's starting to show more character and have that level, I think stems back to some of these conversations he had with Triple H, with HBK backstage around this time when Triple H and Mankind were feuding.
Cool. So Foley is in full patchy hair mode. Like, the commitment to the role to tear half your hair out on one side of your head is nuts.
If I had hair, that's how my hair would be right now after the week I've had.
There's this brilliant bit in the video package where Chyna wants Mick to kiss her ass. And Mick has, his response is so good. And he goes, "It's your lucky day. I'm a good kisser." So funny. Foley is God. He's so much fun here. So we cut back into the arena. Fink even has a cowboy hat on as well. Awesome. We've got the In Your House set. It just looks so good. Yeah, I love 90s WWF more than most things. It's just a lot of fun. Vince referring to faces as kisses the whole way through the match. Vince putting over that the Hart family are ringside. That will come into play later, obviously. Mick suplexes Triple H on the steel ramp and then gets up and immediately does pig squeals. I'm like, oh, I love this Mankind character. If you're writing in some sort of death metal band or something.
I'd love a Megadeth.
That's not death, that's metal band, but okay. Mankind locks in the mandible claw. Chyna's cue to KO Mick behind the ref's back. Foley goes after Chyna, which leads to Chyna giving Mick that nasty hip toss into the steel stairs spot that Mick always takes.
Classic Foley, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's like, why, Mick? Like, I know why, but why? Don't do this to your knees. Poor knees.
I'd hope he had some kind of like skateboarding knee pads underneath there just to help him every time he stacked it, because that's why that spot, I'm pretty sure, is the reason why that poor man struggles to walk around these days.
Yeah, that and the elbow, the cactus elbow on the concrete on your hips, like oh my god. So Triple H works over Mankind's knee. Vince telling the story of Mick's character on commentary. He uses words like respect, admiration, achievement, you know, like he's really trying to get over Mick as this plucky underdog, and it really works. Comedy low blow spot. Mick falls into Triple H's dick. It's really funny. There's shenanigans with Triple H and Chyna, and Vince goes, Mankind, getting it from both ends. And you can hear the commentary go silent for about 10 seconds where everyone's like, getting it from both ends.
It's funny when you mention the dick spot. Bad choice of terminology. That's almost like eat out to help out. Cheers, Rishi. But I think like that dick spot, it's funny now. Like you said, when I saw it, I thought that's hilarious. But if like Apollo Crews did that today to Angel Garza, I'd go, this is hokey shit.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, it did feel a little out of place. I've seen Triple H do this spot a few times, and mainly when he's the heel, because it's, you know, him taking the spot. He's getting low blowed, which is funny. But I didn't think Mick sold it particularly well, if I'm honest.
Tiny cock.
No, I don't mean that. I mean that you're meant to go into the corner, be so dazed that you would just immediately fall back into your opponent's crotch or whatever. So it's not your fault. But Mick kind of stands there and goes, what are we doing? Oh, yeah. And then starts to fall into Triple H. Like he's looking around, searching for his dick almost. It's, I don't know.
There's a quote.
Yeah.
Remember that time when Mick Foley was just standing there searching around for his dick?
Mandible claw locked in again. The whole story here is that these two genuinely detest each other, and Mick is going for the mandible claw, and Triple H is going after Foley's knee. Chyna gets involved and stops it, and I'm like, immediate disqualification, ref. She just slammed Foley's dick into the ring post, and I'm like, can she do that, Joey?
Well, you know, no holds barred. We've already had like Triple H trying to do the chair spot on Foley's legs as well. It's, you know, Triple H doing his best Ric Flair impression throughout most of this match.
Is this meant to be no DQ?
I didn't hear it mentioned, but it might as well have been.
Yeah, I mean, we've said this about 97 before as well. They do seem to be certainly lenient. It feels like that ECW influence is starting to kind of feed its way in, and it tends to disappear like through 98, I seem to remember.
Feels like AEW from last night.
There's moments, isn't there? What about that flip pile driver spot to the outside, though?
Yikes.
I sat here for 10 minutes with my mouth open going, do they have any idea what could have gone wrong there?
A gazillion things. But it's
fucking flip pile drive through off the second rope to the outside, and you're just like, what?
Quick question.
Fucking mental.
No, obviously I deal for this podcast now, but weren't AEW supposed to be doing like 20 count in tag?
No, it's a 10 count.
Sorry, 10 count, in tag. And hasn't that changed? Have I missed something? I don't know. I just thought something had changed. Oh, anyway, never mind. We're talking about Canadian Stampede, not current affairs.
These two lads brawl into the crowd. The ref counts to 10, apparently, because they don't show it on TV. Cheers, Kevin Dunn. No one wins. It's a draw. Double count out. But it's logical in this situation because this storyline has a hell of a long way to go still.
Because we've got another, pretty much 3.5 years of this. It's great.
Sure, man. They certainly pay it off. Like, when they come back to Madison Square Garden for that fucking Hell in a Cell match, is it?
Was that Royal Rumble 2000 career versus title?
Yeah, there's that, and there's also a street fight match that I might be getting confused with. But I definitely remember one of them was at Madison Square Garden at least. But it's super cool long-term storytelling. And even straight after this, all three of them, so including China, they go into the Calgary Flames penalty box around the main arena, just brawling away. It's so much fun.
China did really well. Like you mentioned, she was very green, but her role in this match was integral to the success of it, I'd say. Just having her as that dastardly heel manager really got that sympathy for Mick Foley to really help cement him as a babyface.
Yeah, sure. I absolutely loved this match. I thought the storytelling was great. I would say that China is integral to the match, and if she misses a spot here, it could completely ruin everything. And so the way they time it and the way they all work together, like, you almost feel that Triple H and Mankind could recover almost from anything going wrong in a match. Like, they're that good, even in 97. But to have it all go so swimmingly like this, it's such a joy, man. Like, how good do these guys bump as well?
Worst thing as well, opening match of the card. If you're looking at this, you're thinking, fudge, gotta follow that.
Yeah, sure. So we jump to Canada Parade. It's at this point where I have to go, there's no Canada like French Canada is the best Canada in the land. The other Canada is a bullshit Canada. If you lived for a day, you'd understand. Anyway, so I love the 90s. I love Canada. I love wrestling. This is perfect. It's a parade. It's great.
I don't think they did parades in WWE till they started going back to Saudi and they had that Undertaker float as part of their...
Were you telling me about that? Was that WWF or was that just a parade that happened to have the Undertaker on it?
That was part of their Vision 2030 parade.
Wait, who's?
The Saudis.
Yeah, sure. So it was a Saudi thing, not a WWE thing.
Oh, yeah. No, WWE didn't do a parade. They're too busy being stuck on the air tarmac.
I wonder whether they funded some of it or something. But anyway, no, this is the same idea. It's almost like Canada Day sort of parade, but it doesn't seem to be Canada Day. It's just they've just done a parade for the sake of doing a parade. I've said the word parade many times in this sentence, parade.
So did My Chemical Romance, and I hate them, so we should probably move on.
Sweet. So there is one brilliant moment in this video montage where Brett's giving a speech in a tent. Not a big tent, just a tent. He's Canadian. He doesn't need a big tent. He's down to earth.
It was an intense promo.
Hey. Speaking of promos, we cut into a backstage promo.
Way, Doc Hendricks.
Yeah, so as we see all these lads with Doc Hendricks, Owen is the Intercontinental Champ. The belt. Oh my God, I miss the old belt so much.
Best version of the IC strap ever.
Yeah, the squared off, like, beautiful. Oh, even on the black leather as well. Like, I like it on white, but I prefer it on black, with Owen holding it as well.
Yeah.
Bulldog is the EU champ. Owen's got his slammies sitting on a shelf just above them. The lineup from left to right is Bulldog, Pillman, Brett, Anvil, and Owen. Did you realise what I realised?
Is it
dead,
yeah,
alive, dead.
Yeah.
Fuck. It's horrible. Like, I love all the dudes in the Heart Foundation. They're fucking great. But like 3 of them went way too soon. I think Anvil was in his mid-60s?
I don't think Anvil was that old, but Anvil
mid-50s maybe?
Anvil was a big lad come the end days. And I tell you what, whilst I know we ridicule sometimes, I say this, seeing Anvil get involved on things like Total Divas was hilarious.
Yeah, it was good fun. Like, I haven't watched much of that, but I've seen the clips of him and Natty in the cars and stuff.
The best one was when he was trying to teach Lana how to catch, and Lana threw like a shot put into like Natty's car window.
Yeah, that's the bit I saw, I think. Yeah.
And Amber was like, it's fine. She's hot.
So Austin interrupts this Brett's promo.
There was a thing on Brett's promo because Doc Hendricks' question says, "What are you going to do if you lose?" And Brett just goes, "Don't be stupid."
Of course, yeah. So Brett barely starts talking. He gets that one line out, but when Doc like really encourages him, Austin interrupts like straight away. And I did think, well, Brett doesn't want to bother doing promo. But the Heart Foundation shout down Austin, and the agents drag Austin away. But they're really playing up that Austin is just doing everything he can to get to Brett. But I guess we need to go over that storyline before the main.
Yeah, we'll get to that one.
Right. So, Tax, my boy, the music for the next match straight away. Dun, 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 dun.
Racism.
It totally is. It's horrifically racist, but it's fucking awesome. Every time I hear this music, and I wonder how many people know what we're talking about if we just go dun 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 dun.
Everyone's sitting there going, always 3.
So we've got Taka Michinoku, who you might expect kind of like mid-97 WWF. Yeah, fine, fair enough. But he's wrestling tonight. Well, as Vince would put it, the great Suzuki.
Kenzo Suzuki.
Mate, Taka's wrestling a fucking Jeep.
Versus the Batara. What an escape.
And JR immediately on commentary is going, Taka Michinoku. Like, oh no.
At least JR acknowledges it. He says, now guys, I'm from Oklahoma. I'm not very good at these pronunciations.
Yeah, sure. But to
the
give
great
them
sucky now.
it almost on those levels. But to give it the correct pronunciation as well, at least I hope it is, Taka Michinoku and the great Sasuke. So legendary Michinoku Pro guys. Like, oh my god, the innovation of these two guys in 97. It's fucking mental how good they are.
Around this time is when WCW were really pushing forward with their cruiser division. And after we had the tournament to crown Taka as the first light heavyweight champion, they realised, I think, that they have no talent in their division who can really go against people like a Rey Mysterio, like a Psychosis, like a Super Crazy. So by bringing in, from Vince McMahon's standpoint, the great Suzuki, as I'm going to call him now, Vinceisms for the rest of this match.
Just to call him the Great Vitara. It's going to work.
The Grand Vitara. But this is why they had to bring in external talent, because the Grand Vitara really helped elevate Taka.
But hold up, Triple H and Mankind are still brawling for their match a second ago. They brawl their way out into the arena, into the audience. You've got to feel sorry for Taka and Sasuke. But what a great narrative device to show that these two are still fighting each other. The heat is so strong that these guys are even in the ring for their match. And they're like, nah, fuck you.
And nothing to lose. Because
absolutely.
At this time, while Tucker's, people realise he's innovative, no one cares about the light heavyweight division. So at least giving the fans something to then get pumped about, to then have the high-flying innovation they're about to see. It's a nice little sweetener for them.
I felt distracted from the guys that were in the ring, because the next 5 minutes or so, the crowd are just there, but they're not really paying attention. I was thinking about comparing this to when they went to ECW and they were a real showcase. All the focus was on them. Now they instantly had the crowd in the palm of their hands for that Michinoku Pro 6-man.
But they just don't grasp it. This is classic WWE booking. The popcorn or the breather match, even though it's high flying and innovative, as you've only got really a 4-match card, this is the piss break.
Yeah, I mean, that would be one of the biggest mistakes you've ever made if you went for a piss during this match, because holy fuck. We finally cut back to the ring once they clear out Foley and Triple H. And a lovely Canadian walks past with a giant sign that reads, "This is work rate." And I'm like, Yeah, you predicted that pretty well. There is a steady stream of people walking opposite the hard cam, which does infuriate me for the vast majority of the night. I'm so happy this shit doesn't happen anymore. But
that's because they've got paid fans to sit down, so you don't see any movement.
Okay. So, I'm just skipping over my Michinoku Pro notes. Sorry, I can't bother with those. It's fine. So the guys are kind of up against it to start with. As I said, the crowd are kind of not so much into it. These two are immediately stiffing the shit out of each other, and they go fucking insane. It's true innovations, like Taka following in high kicks and springboard drop kicks in 1997. It's just, it's fucking so good.
Springboard planche to the outside, just a thing of beauty.
Yeah, I highly recommend this match. It's just you want to see something fast and see some cool spots. You think about it, if you saw this match today, you'd be like, oh yeah, decent work rate, NXT style match or something.
But back in 97, from a WWF standpoint, as we said, with the lack of light heavyweights, other than S.A. Rios, there's nothing I'd seen in my fandom at this time to go, wow, if you're thinking high energy of Owen and Coco Beware was like the most high flying you'd seen cruiser style until they brought in the light heavyweight division. This was just mind boggling, some of the things that Gran Vitara and Taka were doing.
Sticking with the gimmick, I love it. So there's definitely a few moments of what I'm now referring to as lucharisms, where they stand on the ropes and someone goes, no, you were meant to do this, and they go, oh yeah, okay, hold on, and then they start doing it. But that's the vast majority of the stuff they're doing. It's not just spots for spots' sake. There's a purpose to it. It's young Taka trying to get one over on Sasuke. The experienced veteran. There's obviously a winner here if you know anything about Japanese wrestling. But it's so much better than the lucha shit from this time. So even like your Psicosis and your Rey Mysterios and dare I say even your Eddie Guerreros are not quite putting in this level of psychology and stiffness and technical wrestling as well.
It's a combination of modern strong style in a cruiser setting. Yeah. With Sasuke doing that. And it's really elevating Taka's game and his in-ring psychology, as you said. It's matches like this that, had they had more talent in the light heavyweight division, had they kept these one-off matches in, they could have really started broadening the experience and had a competitive division with WCW.
Yeah, imagine that someone at some point had managed to get your Takas, your Sasuke, your Dynamite Kid, your Tiger Mask, all those guys, and put them in a thing. Well, I guess that's the Super J-Cup, isn't it, really? What am I talking about? To have a regular storied division would be fucking incredible.
Wait, are you telling me you don't watch 205 Live?
It's a shame, isn't it? Because the first 205 tournaments were so much fun. And then...
Yeah, Cruiserweight Classic was excellent, and then they put the belt on Enzo.
And then they were like, yeah, here's Enzo Amore for 6 months. And everyone just went, nope.
Superb announcement on Wrestle Talk from the Twitter about Enzo's OnlyFans page to learn how to wrestle. Great bit of tip. Lovely job.
So Andy, who writes for the website and does some of the podcast stuff as well, who is a lovely but mad human being, he dips salt and vinegar crisps into milk, don't you know?
Jesus Christ, that sounds rancid.
Yeah, he's lovely, but holy shit. Yeah, he messages in the group chat going, Enzo Amore's got his OnlyFans page. And I didn't write this response, but I certainly did think it. It was just, finally.
I have I'm going to go with it. I find it quite funny after all of the stuff that we've had the last few weeks that we now started seeing a lot more of the female wrestling community start promoting their OnlyFans pages again with slightly risque photographs of themselves to sign up for their OnlyFans page. I liked how during the speaking out thing that no one bothered shilling it, and now it's died down 2 weeks later. A lot of these people now pushing these OnlyFans pages.
Hang on. There's an element of reading the room here, mate. Like, maybe this isn't the time,
No, it's not. It's not a case of reading room. It's a case of why is now the appropriate time to start pushing for
No,
money.
That's what I'm saying, dude. And that while all that's going on, you don't want to be the woman going, "Oh yeah, here's photos of my tits." You know?
Yeah, but it's only been like
So-
2 weeks.
I mean, what is the right amount of time? Who can say, man?
I just think
it's move on. You know?
I do. I just find it a bit hypocritical.
Sure, I'm seeing plenty of hypocrisy in the world of pro wrestling over the last few weeks. Jesus Christ.
Plus, also, I've had to do so many sign-ups for these OnlyFans pages.
It's cost me an arm and a leg.
That was a setup for it. That was a setup, not for Zach Gowan, though.
Why? Why are you
He's only
picking on
got one
Zach
leg.
Gowan?
He's only
It's not
got one
his fault.
leg.
He's only got one leg. You prick.
When he's got no collateral with me, he's only got arms.
Jesus Christ. I'm just going to move on. Why am I the one taking the moral high ground now on this podcast? That's not how it used to be.
It's almost like I've got everything I wanted out of my career and now I'm just trying to jeopardize it from afar.
So shut up, you. This match between Michinoku and Sasuke is awesome, but there's only one thing that annoyed me, really. And it's going to be the same thing that annoyed you. It's the thing you mentioned at the beginning of the match. Sasuke kicks out of the Michinoku driver. And you're like, bro, have you seen Taka do the Michinoku driver? Because this crowd hadn't. And when he did it, they all stood on their feet and went, oh, because it's the coolest thing in existence.
Boo. Very, very much boo.
What about that crowd reaction, though, to seeing the Michinoku driver for the first time, the way Taka does it?
Yeah, it's just a shame they didn't let him have the victory. And then it's a deadly finisher.
Absolutely, yeah. And it should be. It should always be. Like, I've seen a lot of people do it where it looks safe, you know what I mean? I don't know how Taka does it the way he does it and still makes it safe. It's like, they should die every time he does it. It's so cool.
I'm hoping it's because where it's normally used on cruisers, they're a bit lighter, therefore got a bit more strength, a bit more control to protect them.
Like, I'm a huge Zack Sabre fan, but seeing him do the Zack driver, which he got from Taka, obviously the Michinoku driver, it does not look the same. Even Tax do it. You're not. Zack doing it.
I don't have compelling wrestling moves. I've got a handspring back elbow.
So 1-2, Sasuke kicks out. What the fuck? The crowd seemed genuinely disappointed, not upset or angry, just like, oh, that would have been a really good finish. Okay, what else have you got? Sasuke does a few kind of luchary type spots, does an amazing looking tiger suplex, but no one understands what they're seeing. They think it's just like, a German suplex that looks good in little guys. But doing it tiger style is like, oh, it's so much more dangerous. It's not called on commentary at all. JR calls it a thunder firebomb, which I'm pretty sure that's a different move.
Yeah, because he's just going, oh, that's a bit like a dragon suplex. They breathe fire, don't they?
Sure. For the 1-2-3, and Sasuke pins Michinoku Taka off of a 1-2-3. Oh, fucking hell! I can't talk today. I'm so just thinking about other things. Sasuke does the finish of this tiger suplex and gets the 1-2-3, and the crowd just sound a bit like, oh, afterwards.
Also, classic WWE commentator racism. A Japanese wrestler does a moonsault, so instantly it's an SIA moonsault.
Yeah, sure. He's also, what do you call him? A brave ninja warrior, I think you referred to Taka as. Yeah, like,
I mean, they got to get the promo for the show on there, didn't they?
Yeah, sure. I mean, this match is fucking great. Imagine this on your mid-card every show. I'd be like, yeah, thank you very much.
It's why Nitro was so successful, because they had similar vein, just less psychology, to kick off on TNT every Monday night.
Sure. So Triple H and Foley still brawling out into the venue's car park. They do the Pillman spot on a stack of wood. It looks fucking awesome. The pole driver backdrop thing. Which I'm pretty sure loads of other people were doing, because I realised that Triple H has done that spot for years. And he was around the same time as Pillman. I wonder who came up with that spot originally.
Harley Race.
Yeah, it probably was, to be fair. Who knows? This whole segment went on a lot longer than I expected it to, with these lot brawling in the outside in the car park. But it really works, like building the heat between these two. It's a lot of fun.
Considering this versus all the hardcore title run-throughs at future WrestleManias, where that's the storyline throughout the show, or 24/7 title stuff throughout the show. This is how you do a brawl and a continuing story throughout an event.
Absolutely, man.
And even though it was still brawling, it's nice how they did different things. It wasn't just a case of kick, punch, struggle, run away. There was always something a little bit different in each of the segments they did.
Yeah, they had spots. They got China involved. He's punching Dave Hebner to get him out of the way and stuff. There's always things happening, kind of increasing that level of desperation and tension. It's fucking awesome.
It's almost like letting the wrestlers be in control of their own creative is a good idea.
We're getting there. Company by company, match by match, week by week, we feel like wrestling's starting to be more creative again. It's really fun to watch at the moment.
All hail the swamp match.
So Vince setting up the next match says this line on commentary: "Let's go back and show footage of the man the Undertaker was supposed to fight." And I'm like, hey, Tax.
Hey, yo.
Are you ready for a race war?
I do love a bit of a race war.
It's 1997. We've got to have a bit of a race war halfway through the show, haven't we? Fucking hell. So we cut to a video package of, all the people from the previous race war video packages we've talked about. And it's Ahmed Johnson has got his hurt knee. So instead of Ahmed Johnson tonight, it's time. It's time. It's Vader time. Oh, yeah. Because he's got Paul Bearer with him, and this is one of my favourite little bits in pro wrestling ever. I fucking love Ginger Paul Bearer with Big Van Vader. It's fucking awesome.
Ginger Paul and his whole "you killed your family" bump was
Murderer!
also...
Murderer! He says it like 50 times during the match. He's like, "You're a murderer." It's so funny.
"You're not my Undertaker anymore, murderer."
So after this video package highlighting, race war and everything else, we cut to Doc Hendricks backstage with Vader, and who's standing in the middle of the frame while Doc is directly behind him. So he may as well not be there. With Paul Bearer off to the side, Ginger Paul Bearer. Bearer tells Taker that Vader is going to win. You're like, yep. That's how you do promos in pro wrestling. You tell the other person, "Nah, you're not going to win. I'm going to win."
Classic promo 101. This is why Dusty's promos were so good.
I mean, you're not wrong. So Vader picked up a victory over Taker at the Royal Rumble, in February. So that's relevant to July. Please care about this match. They've obviously subbed him in last minute, right? This is legit. Yeah?
Yeah, Ahmed was legitimately injured.
All right, okay. Because if it wasn't, holy shit. But yeah, it does seem to be. Right. So, WWF World Heavyweight Championship match of The Undertaker, our current champion. Won the belt at 13, right?
Yes. From Psycho Sid.
That's the one. Versus just Vader. He's not Big Van Vader, but even though that's so much more fun to say.
Because it gives people more time to say other things on commentary.
Yeah, fair enough. So JR doing his best to put over Vader's American footy background while Vince chimes in going, "Vader time!" It's fucking great. He just doesn't give a shit. He's just like, "Vader time!" That's his gimmick. We'll put it over. He screams it.
Classic Vince.
Massive dong. Big pop for Taker. All the dick
Wait,
puns.
what?
Oh, that's what we're going to do. Next Undertaker match, I'm just going to write dick puns for the whole thing. I haven't done it for this one, unfortunately, so let's talk about the match. So, Taker's presentation in 97.
So disappointed that you couldn't say anything about Big Evil.
Don't blow them all now.
Booger Red.
Wrong person, but it's okay. So,
No,
that
that's
was
what he
Taker.
said.
Sorry, my bad. I forgot, yeah. So, Taker's presentation in 97 is perfection. The UV lights, the single spotlight on Taker all the way down the ramp. The dramatic music, the thunder, goth Taker. Oh, I know we've talked about it before on the last couple of pods we've done from 97, but oh my God, Taker in 97. So good.
Presentation for Taker's fantastic at this time. And
even when he gets to the corner and lifts his hand quickly and there's the little with the explosions and stuff, like, oh.
He's a face now.
Yeah, absolutely. So there is one thing I thought about as I was watching this match, because let's face it, it's a Hoss match. It's two big dudes, and Vader can't do Taker's spots, so Taker's accommodating for Vader essentially the whole match. Would you say, without the Undertaker in 1997, when Brett leaves, WWF would have struggled more than they did?
Yeah, they would have struggled full stop had Taker either retired or left for WCW. Because there would have been no one to play that big man role, that agile big man who could do the slow pace and then speed it up. There was nothing like him who could tell that futuristic, that storytelling, but also have it done in the ring with psychology. There was no one to fill that void.
As much as I enjoy 97, the crowd in general, they always come alive when it's Taker coming out. And Taker's matches, they're invested like every time. I don't know what's left to be said really about Undertaker, but he's just so good here. Really,
Can
really
you
good.
ever remember an Undertaker match where he didn't get a crowd reaction, even when he debuted in the early, in the 90s at Survivor Series? The facial reactions of the crowd when Brother Love brought him out, all the way through to the Boneyard match, and the response essentially of the online community where we couldn't watch everything in person live, but he's never had a dull reaction. It's never been a case of everyone's gone, Undertaker.
The instantly I went in my head when you asked me, I was like, oh, there must have been something. I'm trying to think of anything. I can't. It's really difficult. I would say maybe before he did the American Badass gimmick, the goth thing was getting a little slow.
But then he was buried alive.
Yeah, and you think about the matches he had, and they were fucking great. Then he came back as the American Badass. That's not my favorite gimmick ever, but the matches and stuff, like, they're pretty good. And we would miss out on that amazing Big Show promo if we didn't have that. So I took him into the desert, and I left him there to die.
Murderer!
I gave him a Snickers and a fucking bag of sand.
Both who are sponsoring today's event.
Oh, it's the best promo ever. We need to cover that show just so we can read that promo 10 times. So Bearer carrying away from Taker behind the ring before the match is genuinely brilliant. He's like a scared little boy. And immediately, as soon as the match starts, I'm like, has Vader not watched the Taker match before? Because he doesn't seem to know the opening spot.
He's probably too busy going, where's the urn?
It's weird because Taker grabs him by the throat, he throws him into the corner. He goes, no. He lets Vader take him into the corner and do the punches. And as he steps forward to grab Vader to put him in the corner, Vader just takes a step back, and you're like, oh fuck, he's got the opening spot wrong. It's like, come on, I'm just a kid at this time, and I knew what it was meant to happen.
You've heard in sort of various podcasts from like Bruce Pritchard and from JR, the Vader in WWF was not a favourable person, including people like HBK refusing to work with Vader, so that led to why Sid ended up in main events.
Stupid.
Yeah. Just all stuff
horrible,
like that.
But yeah. Sorry, man, I can talk to everybody. But yeah, it's horrible to see HBK be a dick to this massive dude, but yeah, he's not got the best reputation at this time, does he?
No, I think he was phoning it in. They were the complaints that Vader had let himself go from a physical condition. He wasn't athletic enough. He didn't have enough cardio. He just gassed all the time. And I think maybe the whole idea here was they knew if they put him with Taker would carry him through a main event level match.
Yeah, and he's filling in for someone essentially, He's not their first choice.
But can you imagine had it been Big Ahmed Johnson against The Undertaker?
I love Vader. I'm a big fan, to be honest. Mainly Japan Vader, not this Vader. He's a bit shit. But God, I love Ahmed Johnson so much. The fucking, what's that plunge move? Is it Pittsburgh plunge? No, that's
Pearl River plunge.
Yeah, that's the one. That's fucking sick, dude. He's got some good spots.
But he is also a massive homophobe, and Goldust tried to kiss him.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Oh god, good times. Anyway, so commentary putting over the Kane storyline, but Kane is not here yet. He has not debuted. So
he's too busy completing his doctorate in dentistry.
Oh, okay. So Undertaker has a brother, and Taker murdered his family is the gimmick they're putting over on commentary. The match is kind of fun, but it's just a big hoss thing. There's a guy in the opposite the hard cam that looks like he's from a 90s high school TV villain. You know, he's
I know the guy.
yeah. You know, bomber jacket, slick back hair, aviators indoors, and he's sipping away on like a takeaway fizzy pop thing, just looking at people and then shouting at kids. I'm like, oh, you're a cunt, mate. Look at you.
Cliff Compton learnt to time travel.
It's that levels of cheese. Yeah, he's not a gimmick. He's a real human being, you know. Fucking hell. Who throws a shoe, honestly? So I know Baron doesn't throw the shoe, but like, you know, whatever. Hoss. The crowd will get back into it as the match kind of carries on to the point where the hard cam starts to shake because the crowd do die for the vast majority of this match. But you've got to love how Taker and Vader respond to the crowd every time. You know, the crowd start to get up, and so does Taker, and he comes with them and he throws the flurries of punches, and he knows how to work a crowd.
And that's where the experience comes in. As you said, this was a match which no one was overly interested in because there was no story really going into it. For the actual wrestlers involved, you had the Paul Bearer element, but the fact, as you said, they read the crowd and they worked the crowd back in. So while Vader wasn't at his best at this stage in 97, the brain was still ticking, and it worked. Said it salvaged the match. The crowd reaction by the end of it was they were keen on the finish.
Yeah, he knows how to take a bump as well. Like, he's athletic, but he's just a bit of a cunt, it seems. It's a bit too stiff at times, you know?
That's his big... It's Vader time.
Yeah, sure. It's Vader time. It's not it's Vader time. It's just Vader time. So funny. I love him. So Vader punts Taker in the balls directly in front of the ref, and I'm like, can he do that, Joey? Both men tumble down after a little kind of reversed botch kind of flip over pile driver thing. Not like a Canadian Destroyer, but like, you know, where they're going from, I'm going to tombstone you. No, I'm going to tombstone you. Taker talks way too much. Skip to the end. Vader going for the Vader bomb, but Taker sits up, punches Vader directly in the balls. Can he do that, Joey? What the fuck is this?
Vader time.
Choke slam off of Brett's rope. Vader kicks out. And I'm like, what? An avalanche choke slam and you kick out, you cunt. What the fuck? It's 97. It's not fucking 1990. 2019, sorry. Another choke slam. Vader kicks out. Cut through action by Taker. Vader vaults himself up into the tombstone. He literally jumps up Undertaker. God bless him. For the 1, 2, 3. And your winner, and still Undertaker.
Really bad title reign for Undertaker.
It's a shame, isn't it? Because he's great at this time. But he's got Shawn. And that's about it.
Well, that's where it goes, isn't it? Unfortunately, he drops it to Shawn after the faff at SummerSlam.
At least the Hell in a Cell, and there's some amazing matches here. But it also leads to the casket match where Shawn breaks his back. So it's like, that's almost cursed as well.
Just every time I see him, when his spine just goes across that casket as he goes over, wincing. Although I had a fun experience yesterday on the subject of spines and scans and breaking bit. So finally, I had my MRI yesterday due for my shoulder.
Okay.
I only found out about this because my wife's friend works in radiology. I had the scan yesterday. The letter arrived today to tell me I had the appointment yesterday, so it's lucky I phoned.
NHS. Hey, I know they've got a lot going on at the moment, but fucking hell, they don't like to let you know when you've got your results, do they?
But rocked up there to have my knee and my shoulder scan. Turns out they weren't going to scan my shoulder, they're going to scan my neck.
Great. Gotta love
my
it.
cervical spine. And I tell you what, I don't really get claustrophobic, but I foolishly, in that big tube, opened my eyes and was like, Oh, it was
Did you
awful.
not like it? Oh.
I did not like it. I had to press a little buzzer to get out.
Oh, mate. No, I understand. Like, I've spoken to other people that have the same thing. Like, I find it really weird. I find it almost like a massage or something. Like, I want to fall asleep. I really enjoy it.
Had I not opened my eyes,
Hmm.
I would have been absolutely fine. It was great. But just opening my eyes in there, and I think obviously having to have the face coverings at the moment, I was a bit like, I cannot breathe, even though there is clearly air, and I'm just, they can press a button and I'm out. I couldn't believe it.
Hmm.
But more importantly, why are they scanning my neck?
Okay, did you ask?
I said, you're supposed to scan my shoulder. And they said, nah, we've got to scan your neck. Right?
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Doesn't bode well for that. Good thing there's COVID and I'm not in the ring.
Mate,
after being cleared.
Don't take no shit from these people, you know what I mean? Like, I know that they've got a terrible, like, difficult job. But, you know, if they think they're doing something wrong, don't feel afraid to say something, mate. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, no, I did. He said, oh, no, well, we assume you should be coming for a shoulder scan another time. I said, what? So I've got to come to Canterbury for another scan for something that I know is wrong rather than my neck, which hopefully isn't wrong. I haven't landed on a casket.
Like, the only thing, I'm trying to think of the most recent one I had. I broke my hand right around the time my little nephew was born. And I actually ended up driving to Manchester and back on a broken hand, which was not a good idea. My God, the pain on the fucking second half of that journey back, because it was like 6 hours. Like,
Oh, no.
mate. I've never been in so much pain in my life.
Get an auto for
Yeah,
future injuries.
Absolutely. It was on my right hand, so I'm changing gear in my left, but it's having to like hold that steering wheel still. It's just like that constant pressure. Fucking hell. But I went to go have it scanned. And the guy in the X-ray machine, it wasn't an MRI or anything, it was just an X-ray. He goes, oh yeah, so what's the injury? And I described it to him. I was like, I broke my knuckle, basically. And they went to check it. I didn't think I had, to be honest. That's why I was being a bit weird about not going to the doctors and stuff. But he was like, oh yeah, like when you go back in, make sure they do the surgery. And I'm like, wait, what? He goes, yeah, I'm a drummer too. And, I didn't get it done. And look, I can't move my finger. So I went in with this attitude of like, right, I'm getting that done because I'm going to play drums for the rest of my life. Fuck that shit. I'm not just going to stop that. And so I remember having the conversation and being like, yeah, the guy in the X-ray room said that I should maybe consider doing, this surgery. And the surgeon immediately was like, he said what? And then went out of the room to scream at the X-ray guy and then come back to scream at me to tell him I was talking nonsense. I'm like, fucking hell. Yeah, I remember asking to speak to someone else because I was like, this is not good. Yeah, that was a
good thing that career as a drummer carried on. And became
I'm
so
still
profitable.
a drummer. It's not a career anymore. I guess it was for a while. Anyway, Bear has a strop. Taker grabs the belt. Crowd go mental. Lovely hoss. Right, so 1 hour in. Right, there's 48 minutes left on the show, and there's only one match to go. You're like, wait, what? So we crammed in 3 matches into an hour. So we've got this 5-on-5 as our main event. And without wishing to immediately do spoilers, it's not even elimination. It's 1 pinfall to a victory.
You forgot that we got the singing of "Oh Canada" by Farmer's Daughter.
Mate. Mate. There's other stuff as well where they like talk about like the race war and everything else backstage. Yanks backstage, blah, blah, blah. So 3 lovely ladies in 90s pleather raincoats sing the Canadian national anthem. Did you know that I know this anthem in full?
Well, you had to learn it, did you not, for your potential plans of moving to Canada several years ago?
No, we never got that far in the immigration process. Like, I had my papers and I could have immigrated if I wanted to. But, extenuating circumstances kept us in the UK for a bit.
Goddamn kids.
It wasn't that, actually. It was other stuff. It was other family things, but don't worry about it. We might still move to Canada at some point, especially now that I can pretty much do my job from anywhere in the world, apparently, because I haven't been in for ages. I'm getting paid. It's really good. So, yeah, we've talked about like going to Canada for like 6 months in the winter or something.
Sounds good. What a great way to do it. And again, if you can work there, what a great lifestyle to have.
Yeah, I don't think technically I could legally work there, so I'm not going to do that, obviously. But, you can go there on a holiday visa for I think it's 6 months at a time. And if I happen to have a computer with me, or my friend who's a computer tech person in Vancouver happens to drop a PC at my house and it happens to be connected to the internet, and I happen to be able to edit videos while I'm in Canada, you know?
For a hobby.
Yeah, allegedly.
Well, let me tell you, Rich, because I know that, and dear listener, I can tell you're going to go, Farmer's Daughter. I have not heard of their music. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you are missing out on one of the top trios in Canadian music history. They have had a total...
Wait, hang on. How many other trios are there in Canadian music history?
Shut up and let me tell you these wonderful chart stats.
Rush.
Ruined it. The Canadian Destroyers got more views on YouTube than the 3 studio albums of Farmer's Daughter. Girls Will Be Girls, peak chart position in Canadian country charts, 16.
Wow.
Making Hay, their second studio album, made it up to 11 as the highest peak position.
Nice.
So clearly we've got a 5 position increase. And
it's better than we did.
And it went gold. That second studio album. And then 2 years later, they released This Is the Life, which did not chart.
Oh,
however, don't worry. A year later, they released a compilation album called The Best of Farmer's Daughter that peaked at number 15 in the Canadian country chart. They did have one Canadian number 1 called Cornfields or Cadillacs.
Awesome. I mean,
and this is around the time that they sang the national anthem.
Would I have a cornfield or a Cadillac? I'd probably take the cornfield.
Because you could sell it and buy a Cadillac. Sensible.
Well, I'm not sure. How much is a cornfield valued at? How big is the cornfield? But I was thinking more that I don't want a Cadillac. They're shit.
Nightmare to park.
So the way I told that they were a 90s pop group and not just like a random collection or something is that they all had exactly the same styling, but in slightly different colours.
Yeah, classic late 90s pop trio.
It's weird, isn't it? So a Canadian dignitary is also here. Stu and Helen are here with the kids and the grandkids.
Canadian dignitary.
So all the Hart family are at ringside. And when I say all the Hart family, I mean everyone that's left. Like, fucking hell, there is loads of them in the crowd. There's obviously 5 of them in the ring and Diana with them. But yeah, I'll spoil it now. I spotted at least Teddy Hart at the end of the match. Did you spot any of the others?
It's a shame the police didn't.
Well, yeah, fucking name.
Natty was in there.
Was Natty in there? I
think she was
Natty.
But, you know, as you said, considering there's 12,151, 151 of those people were not members of the Hart family.
It did certainly feel like that. So it's a 10-man tag team match of Oh Canada of the Hart Foundation. Bret Hart, Brian Pillman, Jim Neidhart, Owen Hart, and the British Bulldog. So 3 Canadians, an American, and a Brit. With Diana
Worst
Smith.
junk ever.
With Land of the Free and Brave, I guess. Goldust, Ken Shamrock, Steve Austin, the Legion of fucking Doom. I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of names in this match that I am a very, very big fan of.
Which normally means when we get these matches, we're like, look at all these names we really like. It's going to be a clusterfuck and awful.
Yeah. So,
however,
commentary put over that Marlena isn't here tonight because she's looking after her kid. Vince goes, she's a super mum, a super lady, and when she's in the corner of Goldust, a super corner person. Like, what is he going on about?
USA, USA.
Everyone's in the ring facing off, and Vince is like, oh yeah, Marlena's not here, by the way. She's a super corner person. What the fuck? Vince is so hilarious. Like, whose brain works like this? Honestly, he's just so good.
I wonder if he was a bit like, where shall I go from here? She's a wonderful mother, a wonderful lady, and a wonderful wonderful corner person.
The effects on Goldust's entrance are super, super cool. The 16:9, the kind of low frame rates. It looks like old cinema. We've talked about it before, but it's just so worth pointing out every time. They need to do more of this. Not these fucking crappy VR shapes they put in the sky. You know what I mean?
You mean the Roman Reigns dog blimp?
Yeah, those things are so weird. They're called AR, I think they're called, like alternative reality or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, those things are fucking terrible. So Kenny is booed heavily on his entrance. I wasn't quite sure why. did he have a feud with Brett? Maybe.
They're all paired off at the moment.
Okay.
So you've got.
Do you know it?
You've got Brett and Austin as the obvious one. Then you've got Bulldog and Owen having their tag feuds. Then I think it was Pillman and Kenny, and then just Neidhart and Goldust were just there.
Okay, because we've just come off the Pillman Goldust stuff as well, so they're kind of all involved with each other. And obviously Owen and Neidhart are a bit of a tag as well, but not at the moment. It's actually Owen and Bulldog that are really the tag, aren't they?
Even though Owen's the IC champ,
Bulldog's the European champ. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Anyway, so 3 ladies in skimpy crop tops that across their boobs reads Ken, Shamrock, and Rocks. And you're like, what is this, firstly? And how much did Kenny pay these ladies to wear these tops?
And they've missed an opportunity to do Ken, Sham, Rocks.
Ah, there you go. That would have been great. So even on the evil, dastardly heel American team, we've got the Road Warriors who get a massive pop on their entrance because they're the Road Warriors, obviously. It's not, 10 years ago pop, but people still love them.
Road Warriors are nationality neutral.
JR thanks those UK fans for staying up to watch the show, as he always used to do around this time. I really appreciated that. I remember as a kid going, that's all right, JR, every time he said it.
Thanks for staying up, watching it. Our friends in the UK on Sky Sports.
What time would this have been? This would have been 3 a.m. for us by this point.
Yeah, so, 3 a.m., yeah.
Austin looks very, very happy to be a heel because he's turning face, in America especially, but he is fully embracing this heel character. He's having a great time out there.
Until he gets attacked and essentially assaulted by Bruce later in this match.
Yeah, well, let's go straight to it. It's a 5-person tag match. Guess what happens? They do lots of wrestling and they tag in and out all the time. So one of Brett's many brothers, which is Bruce, right, with the aviators
in his bomber jacket. He's been shopping with Juice and Domino.
I'm like, that fucking cunt. Was he the guy hiding out in the back earlier? Because I swear. But it's not. He's significantly older. And I'm like, what the fuck, Canada? We're meant to be better than this, but it's what it is. So the crowd lose their shit for American Brian Pillman. Pillman in full smiley, cheerleading, white meat babyface mode. He's fucking great here. And then he kind of starts losing it later on and flipping people off and spitting in their face and stuff. I love seeing these heel guys doing the white meat babyface thing. Like Owen, like hulking up in the middle of the ring and stuff. It's great.
Essentially, for a glorified house show, as you rightly put it earlier, it's a lot of fun on pay-per-view.
Yeah. I love also that as we're doing Canada versus America, the Bulldog comes out to Britannia rules the waves. The Canadians go mental. I'm like, bro, you're basically cheering for your oppressors at this point. I mean, yeah, it's odd.
This is like the second or third time you've broed. Have you been hanging out with Russo too much? Is he following you on Twitter now? Like he follows the Tex Williams?
He's my new best friend. So, bro, Brett makes his entrance. He's a bit over here, isn't he?
He gets a small reaction. I don't think he's got any future.
I got goosebumps just because of the reaction. That's pretty rare for me nowadays.
And still Hogan's going, I can get over in Canada.
Okay, as you mentioned him, let's talk about Hogan, because the reality of it, right, is that this is kind of just after a dead period for WWF, where Hogan, Savage, Ultimate Warrior, should have put over Brett, Sid, Shawn, Taker, right?
Yes.
And they fucking didn't. And so these guys are having to dig themselves out of this pit that these old cunts have left them in. And maybe the Vince is to blame. Who knows what the decisions were? But as one of those older guys, they should have put these people on their way out. And it is absolutely adorable seeing Brett putting over Austin. Them all trying to get Ken Shamrock over. It's these guys are working together. They're not working against each other. And it just makes you realize how much of an absolute cunt Hulk Hogan was.
But, he's got 24-inch pythons rather than being an interest in the business and helping others and protecting people. What about, Bubba the Love Sponge's wife on camera?
So, as Bret pops his sunglasses on his mummy this time, and I'm like, "Aww." King on commentary perks up for the first time all fucking evening and goes, "I didn't know they came in bifocals." It's like, King's here. Awesome. Welcome to the show, mate. Only took you an hour.
I thought it was just tight because he was like, I can't be bothered to buy another one. I've got a house show tomorrow. If I give these to you, Mum, can I just use them tomorrow?
Probably was.
All pre-COVID 30 years ago. We can hand out second-hand specs.
How cool is it when this match starts? Everyone's like facing off, and then slowly everyone gets out the ring until it's just Austin and Bret staring at each other in the middle of the ring.
Everyone else just got bored.
Goosebumps, mate. Like, such cool storytelling. Kenny and Animal get in the way of the camera, but it's what it is.
They're green. They've never worked TV. They don't know where the hard cam is.
I know we're keen to get through this match and get this a good 90-minute pod or whatever, but there's something I want to bring up here. JR on commentary points out that there are cameras at ringside and they're making a documentary about the life of Bret Hart. Okay, now,
conspiracy!
If the Montreal Screwjob is not a work, right? Why the fuck is JR mentioning this?
Wrestling with Shadows.
JR is literally setting up, by the way, guys, if something was to happen about this documentary, you might want to buy it down the line, Why would he be setting this up and mentioning the cameras are even there if it's not a work?
I would still say they're trying to get mainstream attention. They're like, there's a documentary about Bret Hart. Oh, interesting, to try and get it more mainstream. Because unless, let's be honest, wrestling fans in the 90s with dial-up internet watched wrestling and whacked off to basically the top half of a set of tits.
Sure.
Because they would never download enough to be able to get all the way through WrestleMania 2000. Hello.
What's that got to do with Wrestling with Shadows exactly? Sorry.
So, without promoting it, they wouldn't know it. They wouldn't be leaving their bedrooms to go and find out about this Bret Hart documentary.
But didn't they not want to promote it? Wasn't that the whole point, that this is meant to be like the anti-WWF documentary?
Not to start with.
But why would they even risk it?
Because it's Bret. And Vince is trying to do his thing that he will support Bret. This is the same time they're doing the contract.
That Vince wants to get rid of Bret. By this time, he's set. He's ready to go. He's made the decision. Bret's gone.
This was the time, though, where the auto contract renewal had reset itself. So Bret was, as you said, he was ready to go to WCW, but Bret thought he was free to leave and negotiate, but his contract had rolled over. So he wasn't free to negotiate at this time.
That was 6 months ago. By this point, Vince has already realised that he can't afford what he's promised. And they've had conversations about Bret going, right? I'm sure they have.
I mean, I want to believe it's a work because, promoting your competition, sending Bret into WCW to be completely wasted. As you said, I think the long-term plan would have been uninjured Bret Hart coming back to be the huge star. That was the long-term plan behind it, and then Goldberg got in the way and tried to not only kill Bret but also kill Taker.
Let's move on. So everyone leaves the ring, leaving Bret and Austin, who continue to face off. Bret stomps down Austin in the corner. King goes, "This building is shaking!" And it genuinely is. The crowd go insane for Bret just stomping Austin in the corner. Like, an absolutely nothing spot to these two. They've done this a million times. And they stop to acknowledge the crowd because it's that mental at this point. Oh, it's so much fun. Austin rakes Bret's eyes because he's a heel now, yeah? Canada! Boo, boo! The whole place boos him out the fucking building. So much fun. This partisan crowd is hilariously good. It's such a fun thing to watch. It's like in the UK when there's a British guy against an American. We're obviously going to shit on the American no matter who it is.
It made for a very fun main event. considering this was more of a placeholder, like, again, we've said it already in this pod several times, considering this was a house show for a pay-per-view, there's the continuance of the Austin and Brett story from 13 here, but the crowd make this event. It's the same sort of thing that we've said before. If you turn off Austin Rock at WrestleMania 18, if you turn off the audio, the match is shit. It's nothing. Canadian Stampede is as popular as it is because of this crowd reaction in the main event.
Yeah, absolutely, man. There's like moments when like Austin is just on the outside and the crowd are going, Austin sucks, Austin sucks, and get to the point where Austin has to acknowledge it and go and like, shout at them just so they'll stop doing it so the guys in the ring can continue working. Like, they're so keen for everything that's happening and they're so invested in these storylines. Goldust in the tree of Canadian Jerry Lawrence. Everyone throws a kick or a punch in. Really fun.
You could tell here as well that it's still a time where WWE are booking long-term storylines. They're not booking week for week. They've got their plans. They know where they're going. And Brett knows
it's almost
he's going
like,
to WCW.
they knew that Brett and Shawn were going to force to each other in Montreal. Austin and Pillman doing comedy spots halfway through the match had me fucking just pissing myself with laughter. Where he's got Pillman by the tights and he's exposing his ass to the world as Pillman's walking in, voluntarily getting punched in the corner.
It's amazing how
great.
wrestling fans just love seeing a bum of a bloke. It's like, way!
It made me laugh, so who knows. In a move of brilliant retaliation, Austin and Pillman are doing these comedy shit on the outside. And Austin, he takes out Owen's knee, doesn't he?
Yeah, takes out Owen in the corner.
Yeah, and then Brett takes out Austin in the corner, where he does everything from smashing the fire extinguisher into his knee to the figure four around the ring post and everything. So Austin is forced to the back by the refs after Owen is forced to the back by the refs as well. And so we're left with this 4-on-4 situation. The story is really, really fun. There's still 18 minutes of this show to go at this point. And I started to wonder, is this pre-Austin neck break?
Yes.
It is, isn't it? Because he's not really working, but I mean, when did Austin really ever do technical wrestling? He's a punch and brawl and chase you around the arena sort of guy, At least
I think
WWF.
it was short. I think this is what led to the incident, because obviously we'll get to the finish shortly, which is what set it up.
Sure.
But I think was it SummerSlam? Was it actually SummerSlam 97 where...
I thought it was a Raw, but I might be wrong.
No, it was. It was the next... It was SummerSlam.
Oh, wow, okay.
Austin beat Owen with the roll-up.
Again, this is literally 6 months before I started watching everything. So I don't have this bit too clearly. But yeah, it's definitely more I want to do. I love 97. It's good fun. So it gets a bit botchy when people start brawling around ringside. There's this awkward kind of Goldust Bulldog suplex spot out the corner, superplex spot, where Goldust got his feet the wrong side of the turnbuckle, and it's a bit scary, to be honest. I thought it might have dropped him in his head or something.
It didn't look great, did it? No. Very, very precarious.
Austin eventually hobbles his way back down to ringside. For 1997, the pace of the match is genuinely bonkers at this time. It's non-stop, spot after spot after spot, tagging in. These two guys work together, tag out, tag back in, etc., etc., etc. Austin immediately tags in after hobbling his way back down. So does Owen. Brett tags in at this point. Austin gets the sharpshooter on Brett, and here comes Owen to save his brother. Bruce.
The hero. Oh, Bruce. Yeah.
Look at I roast. So Bruce Hart, one of his descriptive word for Bruce Hart.
Self-indulgent piece of shit. I know you said one word.
I was going with disheveled.
Main eventer.
So Bruce Hart throws a drink over Austin. Austin turns around, grabs Stu Hart by the scruff of the neck, who's like, where am I? It's fucking great.
What's this rodeo I'm at?
Stu has no idea what's going on, which prompts all the Hart brothers and all the rest of the family essentially to jump the barricade and start beating down Austin. I'm like, referee, you might want to do something about this. I know it's no DQ because it's 5-on-5 or whatever, but wait, it's not no DQ, is it?
No. So why? I mean, it's in Canada though, so obviously
there's 10
like
people beating the shit out of Austin on the outside, and ref's like, nah, that's all right.
it's a case of, I've got t-shirts selling in the back of my car after this match.
Can you do that, Joey? So Brett rolls Austin back into the ring. Owen rolls up Austin for the 1, 2, 3. And I'm like, hang on a sec. That's the finish? Oh, fuck.
But that was it. Classic Brett booking. Get his brother over as well. So get him to get the pinfall victory over Steve Austin, the biggest star in the company.
After 10 people beat down Austin. Like, can we not just have Ken Shamrock take a pin maybe or something like that?
Ken Shamrock, who clearly didn't know who any of the Hart family were, just trying to punch him in the face like they were fans.
So the Harts and seemingly half of Canada jump into the ring. Mayhem ensues between everyone. Fink announces the Hart Foundation is the winners, plays Brett's music, and oh, Canada. It's great, man. So partisan. The match was just a shitload of fun. It lasts forever. But
25 minutes. But
they're so constant with the spots and the ridiculous bullshit on the outside and the injuries and going to the back. Like, it's fucking cracking, mate, isn't it?
Really enjoyable to watch, especially with the ongoing storylines. Everyone's been involved with something. As you said, we've just come out of Pillman, Goldust, and the Marlena angle, because that's why, again, she's at home being an excellent mother and wonderful ring person.
She's a wonderful ring person. Unbelievable.
Having the Hart brothers get involved, though.
Right in the kisser.
Oh, in the breadbasket. What a maneuver. But, yeah, the Hart's going into business themselves because Bruce Hart is a stiff son of a bitch.
He really is. There's points in the match where he just grabs Austin from behind. You can genuinely see Austin like clenching his fists and turning around and thinking, hang on a tick, who's grabbing me here? But yeah, it's always Bruce, so he doesn't deck him, man.
Do you remember the Survivor Series where it was Lawler and the Harts and then obviously Bruce and all the, I don't know why my voice broke then, and Bruce.
All right, Bruce.
All right, Bruce. Where's Shayla? Where's Helen Hart, Bruce?
What's my name? Bruce. All right, Bruce. Yes, do the Bruce. Go on.
Oh, what, Nathan Jones?
Do I remember what?
The Survivor Series match, which was the King's Court against the Hart family, and all the Hart brothers were involved in it, wrestling like the Knights with Jerry Lawler, where they're all under hoods.
I did something in a list video about that match, so I have seen chunks of it, and I took loads of screenshots of it, so I know what they look like, all coming out in the Hearts. Like, they basically, Owen gave them all his onesies. With their moustaches and their mullets. It's fucking great. Speaking of which, there's way too many crew cuts in this match. Why has Owen cut his hair?
He's not a nugget, damn it.
It's a shame. Out of nowhere, post-match, Austin runs back in with a chair and awkwardly smashes it into Anvil of all people. I'm like, what did Anvil do to deserve that? Which leads to Austin being beat down by every single Canadian in the stadium. I swear to God. Security cuff Austin and escort him to the back. But not before
because he's a professional wrestler, so we arrest him, not the fans jumping the barrier and beating up an entertainer.
Yeah.
Also, as you rightly said on Twitter, where are the Mounties? It's
yeah,
Canada.
Sure.
Stereotype.
It's a shame. I don't think the Rougeaus were around in late 97, were they?
They were on commentary.
Oh, okay, because it's missing a Mountie. This is really missing. Imagine the Mountie coming out in Canada. The pop.
He's over like the Rover.
Think about, like, these 12,000 people going, I'm the Mountie.
I'm the Mountie.
Unbelievable. So all the Harts get in the ring to celebrate, including Stu, Helen, and all the significant others. I see a young Teddy Hart, and I swear I saw Davey Boy Jr. What's his name? Harry
Smith.
Yeah, but none of the other youngers, I guess.
No, so Natty was there with Anvil's wife, and she was in there. But awesome. It was a nice fitting send off because Brett was on his way to WCW.
Well, soon. But it's
I
good
was
fun.
just following your conspiracy theory.
No, I know. I'm trying not to go on about it. Vince sends us off into the night, and we're out of here. It's a weird card, isn't it? In that it's a lot of fun, but it does feel a bit. It's the middle part of a story.
There's no culmination of anything here. You're just essentially planting seeds going into SummerSlam. You've got the Owen rolling up Austin to set up Owen and Austin for the IC belt. You've got Brett still being champion to go against Undertaker, as he's now, he's done with Austin for now and he's heading back to HBK and Taker and going on for the main event picture again to try and set up that, return match so HBK can do the honours for Brett. Sure. And the other guys are just fantastic mid-card characters who we're all very fond of.
It does a really good job of setting up a bunch of feuds. It does an amazing job of getting Stone Cold Steve Austin over as the star here. I'm not sure. Well, let's talk about it. The whole Bret Hart is a heel in America but face in Canada. It's kind of dumb because you kind of fucked yourself. Because where you are geographically is going to dictate your stories almost.
They were trying something different, and mainly because they couldn't go with the reactions Brett was getting. He'd go anywhere in Europe, he'd be cheered, but they want him to be the heel, so they had to acknowledge it in a pay-per-view. And it's a good gimmick. It was something new to try, and the main thing was it got new storylines over, because unless they are in Canada, you've created 2 or 3 very good heels in the States where they run a majority of their shows and TV. And, some Americans wouldn't have watched the Canadian pay-per-view because it's in Canada.
I put it to you that no one ever truly believed that Bret Hart hated America.
Some people are stupid.
I'm sure someone was invested in this, but I don't know. To me, like, every time I see Bret cutting these anti-American promos, I see a man who's genuinely quite a good person, it seems, who's made a decent living in America, going, oh, I've got to be a heel. How can I be a heel, rather than going, here's something I'm genuinely pissed off about. Let's use that as motivation for my character or whatever. That's,
he was playing the character. He was playing what Vince wanted him to do.
I think it's Vince's fault, don't get me wrong, that I don't think this character works. And I think the Hart Foundation are almost way too good at what they do to be heels. Like, how can you boo Pillman and Owen and even Bulldog? Like, Bulldog's strength in this match is insane.
And Neidhart's there.
Yeah, well, sure. Like, he could be a good heel, I guess. But, like, you see how Bulldog picks up Hawk in a perfect vertical suplex. Like, Hawk of the Legion of Doom. He's a big fucking dude.
He's a big boy.
Bulldog's like, oh yeah, power slam. Whoop, hey, off we go. Like, effortlessly. It's
one of the things this show did make me think, every time we see Bret Hart, we always comment on how we think the modern wrestling fan seems to forget how good Bret Hart was. But what I remembered this week and then went off and watched again was the Hall of Fame, where the fan ran in and tried to attack Bret, and then watching one of the lads from FTR smash him in the face as they escorted him away.
Him and Harry beating the fuck out of that dude, and then as that dude got dragged away, seeing like Braun Strowman a few steps behind him, you're like, oh no, run away. Hopefully you guys come up, and it's because
my favourite thing about
cunt.
Dash Wilder just then basically punching him and then just resetting his tie.
Yeah,
it's like, I punched him, but I've also got to look very corporate at this event. How would you cornflake this as a standalone show?
It's an easy 4 for me. It's really good.
Yeah, 4 cornflakes for me, because it was just watchable. Perfect length, great storylines, good in-ring action.
Yeah.
Really good. Really enjoyed it. Thoroughly enjoyable show. Thank you for voting on this on Twitter at World of Rest Pod. We'll run another poll at some point in the future for you to pick what we cover, and we hope as you pick the show you enjoyed what we did.
Yeah, it's a weird one in that it's almost too good to podcast about, you know.
Well, I think
us
because
going, it's really good. Yeah, really like this. This
but
was good.
it's
wasn't
nice
it?
in considering that wrestling's been in the gutter for the last few weeks. We got to watch something positive, nice fuzzy nostalgia for us, and also, if as the people, this resoundingly won the poll. Hopefully, people have also gone back and watched this and just enjoyed a nice bit of escapism from wrestling and enjoyed seeing a crowd. That makes a nice change.
Yeah, sure, man. What are we doing next week? I've forgotten.
Wow.
Do you want to do the Bloodsport show?
I may struggle for internet connectivity next week. It depends on when I get my internet reconnected. So it may have to be something that I can watch readily on my phone. However, as I say that, I thought it would be quite fun to go back somewhere on the network to watch like an old AWA show. Just for a spot show. I'll see if I can pick something out in the next sort of day or so, because at least I know I can watch that on my phone on 4G, and we'll be able to have something to podcast about next week. And then once I've got internet, we'll return to our normal scheduled programming.
Yeah. While we're before we go, while we're talking about Canada and everything, what's happened with Canadian Stampede? Because it was on the network, then it's not on the network anymore. I wonder if we can somehow get that back on the network, because I want to see that. There's so many good things about it.
How do you mean? Stampede Wrestling?
Stampede Wrestling, yes, sorry, not this pay-per-view.
I wonder if it's anything to do with Legends deals or things that Brett's had to sign, etc., to gain rights back to it. I wonder if someone's bought it, but it would be nice to cover some Stampede in the future, because it's not something I've watched, really.
No. Well, maybe that's on the agenda for the future, but I think we'll leave it there for today, man. It was a really good show. I enjoyed watching it. It was,
and it was nice to pod about it, but I'm hoping next week, I said we'll do like a spot show, something from the olden days, because at least then there's something to funny. Hopefully, I can find something with Iceman King Parsons in it.
Sounds good, man. All right, we'll leave it there. So, worldofwrestlingpodcast.com, best place to find us and all your links to your podcast providers and such.
If you like what we do, make sure you head over to amazon.co.uk to search World of Wrestling Podcast, grab yourself a t-shirt, help support the show, help promote our podcast.
Yeah, I'm at Fanboy Rich on Twitter.
And I'm at the Tex Williams across some social media platforms, but not all, because I'm 36 and I don't understand what TikTok is.
Who has a TikTok? Anyway, thank you, everybody. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.
The louder you guys are, the better the wrestlers will perform for you tonight.